Okay, so hear me out. Have you been feeling like money just will not stick for you? Like, no matter how hard you try, the money just keeps slipping through your fingers, or you get an unexpected bill that pops up the moment you feel like you just get a little bit ahead. Yeah, if you're nodding your head right now, and you're like, yeah, I feel that energy. I know that. I understand that. She coming down my street. Yeah, babe. This message is for you, okay? So I need you to tune in, because Spirit is about to reveal exactly what is blocking your money, why your money is blocked, what's blocking this flow, okay? And what we can do to finally correct it. So I need you to listen up, all right? Welcome back to my spiritual collective, you guys. This is the Spiritual Connection. This is your hub for divine clarity and soul alignment. All right, I am the spiritual bridge. I help seekers become finders and healers remember their gifts. If this message has found you, please trust that it is in divine timing, because Spirit makes no mistakes, y'all. So if you are here right now, you are where you are meant to be. Okay, so just before we go any further, I need you to remember you can always find everything that you need to know about me, working with me, my readings, all of that on at the link in the description box and in the comment section below. While you're down in that comment section, you guys, say hey to me, drop a little bridge emoji just to let me know that you're here, you're tapped in, and of course, leave me some good energy on that thumbs up button, you guys. I really, really, really need that. Hit that new hype button on YouTube so this message can reach more of the collective. I really am trying to, a lot of you all may be coming over from the Cancerian vibe. So yeah, I'm really trying. We got a new mission, y'all. We got to reach a wider collective. So I need your help. If you could, very much so, I would appreciate you sending me some good energy, hyping the video, liking the video, sharing it, engaging with it so that it can go far. And I can find my tribe. I can widen my tribe, okay? Yeah, I really, really appreciate you so much for pouring back into the channel, you guys. And I promise I'm going to pour right back into you, okay? But real quick, before we hop into these cards, I just caught 222 too. So, there could be a message in that number for you. Some type of confirmation for someone who's been seeing 222 could come out in this reading. So yeah, pay attention, y'all. But as a collective, no matter what your zodiac sign is, we really do feel energy deeply. We're all connected, so we feel it. And when the vibration around money gets heavy, no matter when you come across this reading, but it's currently kind of around the holiday season as I'm filming this. So, the energy around money kind of gets heavy this time of year. We can feel it in our bodies, our emotions, and our bank accounts, okay? Scarcity mindsets, old karmic patterns, y'all, generational beliefs, even family conditioning about money all starts to get triggered when we feel this energy, okay? So what you're experiencing right now, don't think that it's just random bad luck or Spirit is trying to punish you. No, I feel like Spirit is really using these cycles as cosmic lessons for us, collective, and showing you exactly where your energy needs to realign so that you can rebuild this financial foundation with stability, okay? That's the big game changer, because I feel like I am seeing a fear of not having enough, and I feel like that fear itself becomes the magnet that keeps pulling more and more scarcity energy out of you. So let's just dive into see what's going on. For this reading, we're gonna ask Spirit a few specific questions about the collective's money blocks and see what insight Spirit has for us. Thank you for clear, accurate messages for my spiritual collective, Spirit. What is the root money blockage that the collective is facing currently? What is the root money blockage that the collective is facing, Spirit? Ooh. All right, so look, lack of specificity, I feel like I'm still not you hear it, you see it. Anyway, what also tried to come out here interesting because negative self-image tried to come out with it as well, but I'm definitely seeing the limiting beliefs and conflicting desires is definitely kind of going along with this lack of specificity, because I feel like spirit is really asking the collective, get real about what it is that you want. It's like somebody saying they want to lose weight, right? But they aren't doing anything to lose weight. Like, if somebody tells you they want to lose weight, like, you're gonna ask them, okay, well, what are you eating? Are you exercising? Da, 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 da. And it's like, if they're not doing any of those things, do they really want to lose weight? You know what I mean? And yes, you can have a desire. I feel like that's the message here, because you can have a desire for something, and sometimes we get that misconstrued, just us having a desire to want to do something, to think that, oh, it's just automatically going to be done, or we're just automatically going to fall in line. And no, I feel like the collective, especially as we're kind of coming into a new year, spirit is asking us to get very, very, very specific about what it is that you want, so that you can align with the thing. And I just caught 555 as I said that too, but align with the things that you want. You may have very, very vague goals as you're coming to the end of the year. Like, think back to the beginning of the year. Did you set clear goals that you wanted to accomplish in 2025? And I'm not saying you got to hold your feet to the fire, like everything needed to come, true or come to fruition. But did you specify, like, did you get serious about your goals? And that's something, y'all, I'm telling you that it's a game changer. And if you want like more guidance on, like how to specify your goals, like, y'all, I'm going to actually go over into my personal channel and kind of share, because that's what I'm trying to do. That's the mission going forward, y'all. I'm sharing spiritual insight on this channel, but on my personal channel, I want to show you how to live it. You know what I mean? It's good, it's cool and all to hear it, but you got to put the spiritual with the practical. So if you are someone that is wanting to learn how to set your goals so that you can actually achieve them in the year, definitely go follow me on my personal channel, you guys, because I got a video planned about talking about how I am planning for 2026 to be my best year ever. Like, literally, and I'm so serious about it. I'm so serious about my process and whatever. So I would love to share that with you. If you're interested, let me know in the comment section, or like I said, just go over and join me on my personal channel, because like I said, that's where I'm gonna walk what I'm talking over here, okay? But definitely I feel like spirit is saying, these goals that you have, this is the time. I feel like there's a message here. Spirit is saying to really be intentional about your goals, okay? The roots, y'all, of the money blockage is vague intentions mixed with just a little bit of, because at the bottom of the deck we have the negative self-image, and I feel like that's that wounded self kind of image. The collective has been asking you, like, you keep asking for money, you keep asking for more stability, more opportunities, but the energy behind your prayers, what you're asking for, isn't truly anchored in real clarity. And those vague intentions are what's creating these vague results. Like, you're putting vague in and you're getting vague out, okay? The lack of specificity really shows that many of you aren't actually visualizing what this abundance looks like for you. And that's a game changer. Have y'all ever heard of mind movies? Yeah, I'm doing my mind movie for the year. I'm just telling you, okay, there's a message here, all right? Join me on my personal channel. But I feel like, you know what, y'all, you want the blessing, but I feel like spirit is saying, tell me exactly what you're aiming for. Like, without a clear target, y'all, your manifestation has nothing to attach to. It's kind of like you have a car with no gas. It's great to have a car, but if you ain't got no gas, what good is the car? You know what I mean? And then definitely, like I said, this is that real shadow energy kind of coming underneath. Spirit is really revealing that the reason that you haven't been specific, or that you aren't getting real about your goals, because if you're honest, deep down, I don't feel like you don't fully believe that you're worthy of what you're truly asking for. That's what the issue is for the collective. And this is that vibration that's going to quietly repel your blessings. Like, your blessings are trying to come to your house, and it's like they smell a stench and they like, we're going to turn the other way. Okay. That's what's happening. It sounds like, some of you may be in your mind and you may not even realize it, y'all. We're going to have to talk about our money mindset for sure. But you may be in your mind asking yourself, like, who am I to have that? Or what if I can't handle it? Or, like, what if I fail? Or, oh, excuse me, y'all. I dropped my mic. But what if I fail? Or what if I'm asking for too much? It's like you're trying to protect yourself. When you don't see yourself clearly, y'all, you cannot see your goals clearly. All right. And when you don't honor your gifts, you aren't going to honor your desires. And when your voice shakes, y'all, your manifestations are going to shake with it. You got to start claiming stuff like, you know that you know that you know. You know what I mean? I feel like, your money isn't blocked because you're unlucky. It's more so blocked because just your self-image hasn't really caught up with the level of abundance that your spirit is trying to call in. I feel it's like two people or two energies. This could definitely be some of your old, old patterns, old thoughts, old mindsets when it comes to your mind or money that's coming and kind of getting in the way, y'all. But if you could see yourself the way that spirit sees you, the money would start flowing, like overflowing. Okay, so just keep that in mind, y'all. I'm gonna ask how this energy is showing up in your day-to-day life. How is this lack of specificity showing up in the collective's everyday life, spirit? Ooh, okay. Defeat. It makes sense. The Ten of Swords is showing up. It's like you're not even starting a game because you're just expecting to lose already. Like, what would you tell a little kid that just was sad and crying? They didn't even want to try to go out there and swing at the ball. They just assumed that they were going to strike out. And so they're just like, no, I don't even want to go play. What would you do? You would encourage them like, oh my gosh, you don't even know. Like, you're going in with a defeatist mindset. So you're going to be defeated. You know what I mean? But y'all, your money blockage is manifesting through cycles of feeling defeated before you even begin. Like, that's literally the answer here. The Ten of Swords energy says a lot of you in the collective are really walking through life just expecting the worst. Like, you don't anticipate better, you expect the worst. Okay, it's like you are going through and you're just bracing. You know how you brace, like they tell you to brace your core, like somebody's about to punch you? That's how you walk through life. Okay, just waiting for the impact, waiting for the shoe to fall, or just assuming that the next financial issue is just right around the corner, right? This looks like, you may be starting something that you want to do, starting projects, but then losing momentum really, really fast because you just feel like, what's the point? You could feel like every setback is proof that you are bad with money or not meant to have money or whatever. This could be you trying something once, and then when it just doesn't pop overnight, y'all, you could see that as a sign to quit. I know that I suffered with that, like, especially if you were like a high achieving child, and then when you get into adulthood, like I can be honest, I'm used to things like when I have an idea and I feel like it's a good one, it usually pops right then, right? And so when it doesn't pop, that can definitely discourage you. And if you were like me and were used to that as a child, you may have grown up thinking, okay, well, that's the indication to let you know, like, don't try anymore or whatever, and that could be a negative impact on the collective if you resonate with that. But no, it's not a sign to quit. I just feel like, you're just going in, you're just expecting to be defeated. You're feeling emotionally exhausted by the money, right? Like you are carrying old endings that never fully really healed. I feel like you're in this mindset of like, why even try? Like, why bother? Why try? Because life is just gonna knock me down anyway, so what's the point? Right? And that's that energy that spirit is trying to come in and correct for the collective. Okay, because now at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Pentacles showed up in the reverse. That's why you're seeing irresponsible up here, right? And I feel like this isn't necessarily irresponsibility in the literal sense, y'all, but it more so is spirit trying to talk about this energetic inconsistency that you have going on, right? This is showing up. Some of you are getting inconsistent with your routines, falling out of your routines, falling out of your money habits. You're inconsistent with your confidence. You're inconsistent with the belief in yourself. You're inconsistent with following through. Okay. And I feel like a spirit is saying, you want abundance. There's no doubt about it. You want abundance, but the energy that you're showing money vibrationally, is that you don't know if you can maintain money. It's like, yeah, I that person looks good. I want them to be my person, but they're out my league. That's how y'all are coming off with your money. And I don't mean to say y'all like, oh, I'm talking down on y'all, because no. Okay. We are here I'm just a messenger, okay? We are in this together. And it's not really entitlement, y'all. It's more so like emotional exhaustion that's happening here. I feel like it's the desire for results without the capacity for those results yet. Okay. It's not to say that you won't have the capacity, but you know, you want to be steady, because this Ten of Swords has really drained, I feel like, all of your hope. So, and I asked about this in your daily life. So your daily life may be feeling like, a cycle of getting up and trying, then burning out, and then restarting, and then starting again. It's just like, it keeps being this kind of hamster wheel, right? You may even be avoiding looking at money right now, or thinking about money, or trying to make decisions about money because it's triggering your anxiety. Okay. I feel like, you're wanting stability, but you feel overwhelmed by the steps to get to that stability, right? Or you may be seeing your slow progress and just immediately thinking it's failure. Like, all right, it's not popping off, it's failing, but you are not broken. You are not broken. You are not tired. You have been trying to plant seeds on ground that you never, ever really had a chance to recover, y'all. And the inconsistency is not laziness. It's really just a symptom of you feeling kind of unhealed in this defeat cycle. So that's what it's having to shift. This burnout, honey, as we're coming into a new year. I want to see what lesson Spirit is trying to teach us through this matter, though. What's the big lesson about our money, about our finances, that Spirit is trying to teach us by going through this? Ooh, I love this energy. The Four, and the swords are all popping out. So I'm telling you, money is on the mind. That's why I was definitely led to sit down and do this reading, because money is on the line, or on the mind heavily for the collective, I feel. And Spirit is wanting to give you some reassurance, some clarity, some confidence, okay? Because I feel like there is definitely, I'm feeling the energy of hesitancy, of lack, yeah, and Spirit is really trying to come in, not punish you, but as you see, restore you with the Four of Swords, right? But the lesson here for sure, I feel like Spirit is trying to teach us, y'all, is how to be still. The power in stillness. The power in the clarity, because the swords are here. And the power of like, definitely like decision making is on the table, y'all. Okay, because the restoration card, I feel like, is a major message. Your abundance is not being blocked because you aren't working hard enough. That's not the case here. Okay, your abundance is being blocked because you haven't stopped long enough to rebuild your energy, to rebuild your clarity, to like really get clear about your direction. And this is the lesson, y'all. You cannot manifest from burnout. All you're going to do is manifest more burnout, okay? You cannot attract anything worth having in your survival mode, okay? You cannot call in abundance, all right? When your nervous system is shot to hell, when it is still in this fight or flight moment, and it's, all worried about the last financial wound and you haven't even healed that one, you cannot call in the abundance that you're looking for. And I feel like Spirit is saying you need to rest so that you can restore your vision. All right. Your spirit has been running on fumes. You've been trying to move that car with no gas in it for too long. And instead of you slowing down, this Ten of Swords energy that showed up push you into this cycle of feeling like you had to force it, right? You're overthinking, you're judging yourself. But the real correction here isn't more effort. It isn't saying like, I'm not going to tell you, oh, you need to do this, you need to do more. No, it is recovery. Spirit is trying to restore recovery. It's almost like working out. You can't just keep working out and destroying your muscles. Your body needs recovery. You have to recover just as hard as you train, right? Your spirit has been running on fumes. Let it go. Healing happens in the stillness, y'all. Clarity happens in the stillness. Money manifests faster when your spirit, when your nervous system is regulated, when your spirit is regulated, okay? So Spirit is telling you to slow down, be still, okay? And then too, we had at the bottom of the deck, this Two of Swords, the crossroads. At the bottom, it really just tells me that Spirit is really asking you to rest because you've been trying to make financial decisions all year. Okay. From a place of, I feel like, you know, and you're making these decisions from a place of confusion, not necessarily clarity. You're making decisions out of fear, you know, not exactly empowerment. And I feel like, you know, the mental is just cluttered. Okay. The mental is just cluttered, and you are like unclear about your goals, you're unclear about your direction, you're unclear about your sense of self, you're unclear about your next steps. You're at that crossroads, literally. And Spirit is trying to teach you that rest is going to precede the clarity. You got to rest to get the clarity, not the other way around, okay? Your next level is going to require a decision. But it can't be a rush decision. It can't be a panic decision. You need to pause long enough to really see the path clearly. You got to see it clearly before trying to choose it, okay? So the lesson here really is don't chase or don't, you know, choose out of fear. Choose from a very restored, aligned, clear mind, okay? Because this is really about retraining your response to money stress. You know, not reacting, not rushing, but not choosing chaos because you're exhausted, but really just learning how to choose from alignment, you know, and not anxiety. You know, when you feel just rushed and you feel like you just got to make a decision, it's not really all that well thought out sometimes. Spirit is asking you to slow down. It's okay. It's okay to slow down. And I know, especially now, whenever you come across this reading, like I said, it should resonate for you. But I'm filming this as we're coming into the last months or last few weeks of 2025. And I feel like, you know, Spirit is really trying to tell you it's okay to slow down. You know how when we get to the end of the quarter, end of the year, we try to put that last little effort in and try to work real hard to kind of feel like, you know, the year didn't defeat us. But I feel like Spirit is saying, hey, it's okay. This has been, you know, it has been a little rough. You've been in this fight or flight. You've been trying to restore, and that's what's happening. Allow that to happen, and then you'll feel clear about moving forward. Okay. Let's ask what needs to be corrected. What needs to be corrected? What needs to be realigned? What needs to be released? How do we correct this money blockage, Spirit? How does the collective correct this money blockage? Interesting. I feel like having a good cry. Because we got the Three of Swords showing up. At the bottom of the deck, the Page of Pentacles is here. And did I not tell you, Spirit is definitely trying to teach you a lesson with this energy of the Page of Pentacles and learning. It's like Spirit is trying to come in and really educate you. And that's wisdom. That's wisdom, okay? The block that has to be released, y'all, I feel like really is some unhealed emotional pain that's tied to your money, okay? This may even be about trust or some type of past disappointment around money, okay? Because this heartbreak card, it's not about like romantic heartbreak, but it represents, I feel like, emotional wounds that have really shaped your relationship with money, y'all. The times that you may have maybe trust somebody with money and got burned, or times that you invested in something and it fell apart, or you know, you did everything that you were supposed to do. You worked hard and feel like you still came up short. This could even be some of you are suffering from a time when someone made you feel foolish for wanting more, you know, or where you may have just felt totally blindsided financially. You know what I mean? This is heartbreak that taught your nervous system, y'all, that it's not safe to want too much, you know. It's not safe to start over. It's not safe to start again or try again. And this wound is still healing. This wound is still sitting in this energy field, blocking you from dreaming big, from planning clearly, or really just believing in the new opportunities that can come to you. I feel like Spirit is saying you have to release, y'all, that belief that past pain is a prophecy for your future. Just because something happened one way in the past, or it's always been that way in the past, that is no indication of your future. Okay. Now, with the Page of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, you see this learning at at the top, this is the energy of being willing to learn a new way. Okay, you got to be willing to rebuild, willing to start fresh, because the Page of Pentacles, this is a new investment. This is something new. Okay, even if it feels comfortable, okay, even if it feels uncomfortable, your inner page is trying to rise up. This Page of Pentacles is curious. This Page of Pentacles is teachable, okay, ambitious, and I feel like, you know, ready to plant the seed, ready for it to grow. But the heartbreak, y'all, has been muting that part of you. The heartbreak is almost like, you know, this Page of Pentacles is like a young mind that hasn't been jaded by, you know, it's almost like this is how it is. You know how a little kid believes in Santa Claus? And, you know, when you get older and you realize that Santa Claus isn't real, it's that heartbreak and you lose kind of that innocence. That's what's happening. Frame that energy, but it's about your money, okay? Like when you were younger, before you had went through all these financial hardships or whatever, you were able to be more hopeful about money, you know? But now this heartbreak has you jaded and has you thinking like you can't have good things, or you aren't supposed to have good things, or you aren't supposed to have this abundance that you really desire. And I feel like you've tricked you've gotten so smart, you've tricked yourself into thinking that you don't really want it. And that's why you don't have it. Because you haven't specified that you want it, because you don't think that you can have it. But that's okay. We're going to ask what action is going to unblock the flow of money and invite this abundance back in, because we want our abundance flowing. So what do we need to do to unblock the flow of money, Spirit, and invite the abundance back in? What does the collective need to do? What action will unblock the flow? Ooh, that was just a lot. Look, but resilience is speaking to me here, okay? Just know that, look, the battle is not over, collective. You are not defeated, okay? It is not over till the fat lady sings, and she ain't sung yet, all right? What action will unblock the flow of money and invite abundance back in for the collective, Spirit? What action will unblock the flow of money for the collective and invite the abundance back in? Ooh, I love that. So we got the Hermit showing up. This is Virgo energy with the Eight of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So let me tell you, that's just confirmation that energy is going to be moving, okay? Energy is moving. Nothing's stagnant. Nothing is set in stone, okay? That's what this gives me. That's what this is indication of. And hear me well, y'all. Your abundance is unlocked the moment that you stop running and you start listening, okay? Because this Solitude card, the Hermit, is really just asking the collective to just pull back from the noise, y'all. Pull back from the noise. Pull back from, you know, the comparison, because, you know, you could be comparing your life to other people, whatever. You know, distractions could be in the way. Other people's expectations could be in the way. Spirit is saying quiet all that so that you can finally hear your own inner guidance about your money. If you tune in to your own inner guidance, that's the key, okay? That's the key that's going to start the engine. I feel like this action card is not necessarily about withdrawing in fear, right? But it's more so about withdrawing with intention, okay? That's going to be the game changer. Spirit needs you to sit with yourself right now. You got to reflect on what you truly want financially. This is going to be the time, I'm telling you, y'all, to sit down and really be serious about planning your year, okay? About planning your life, all right? Planning what you truly want financially. You got to get honest about what it is that has not been working for you, okay? You got to reconnect with your inner wisdom and really create a money plan that's going to align with your soul, not necessarily anybody else's timelines or expectations or anything like that. Y'all, this is a season of inner alignment before things start accelerating outside of you, okay? Because you've been moving reactively. You've been, you know, just responding to the fires and the stresses and the triggers and the fears and all of that. But Spirit is saying, no, I need you to pause. I need you to pause for the cause so that I can show you the next step, okay? You are not going to be able to hear divine strategy when your mind is cluttered. And remember, I told you all of these swords that came out, your mind is moving millions of miles a minute, okay? just like this momentum energy, I feel like your mind is moving so quick. This Eight of Wands really reveals the breakthrough, though, because the moment that you pause and you get clear, I feel like, you know, momentum is going to come rushing back in. It's kind of like as soon as you clear the clog in the toilet, like the water starts flowing, you can flush it again, right? This is very, very fast movement too, y'all. Very, very fast. I feel like this is opportunities returning, financial energy just finally starting to flow again for you. This is sudden progress. This is what this is. This is sudden progress after feeling like things have been stagnant or haven't been moving. And this combination, the solitude is going to create your acceleration, okay? Sometimes you do have to be separated to accelerate or to elevate, okay? And your inner clarity is going to activate this momentum, right? This is you being still, I feel like it's going to become the portal to your biggest breakthrough. Okay. And like I said, you may even want to get to yourself and have you a good cry, because there's some healing. There's some things to kind of get past or get over. But the Hermit and the Eight of Wands, I feel like it's Spirit is saying, you know, you got to slow down. You got to slow down now so that life can speed up for you, you know? And your next level is really going to require your strategy and not hustle, okay? Don't be bamboozled by hustle culture, because once you get clear, the universe is going to move extremely fast, okay? But until then, it will not send any momentum towards the confusion that you're in, because you don't want that. You are not going to want that, okay? Your action step, y'all, is to retreat inward long enough to just reset your energy, refine your desires, open yourself back up to receiving. That's what you want to do, okay? I think I want to just pull, because I feel... yeah, let's pull a message of abundance. Let's just close it out with a message of abundance for the collective. And that just came, and look, clearly, okay? That just came flying out. I'm telling you, Spirit is telling you to get quiet, y'all. Spirit is telling you to get alone, because Spirit, it's almost like Spirit is trying to have a secret meeting with you about the plans for the next year and for the rest of your life. And Spirit is saying, look, we need to convene and get on the same page and make sure, you know, everything is on the up and up. It's time to disconnect. It is. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts. You got to get away from all the noise, all the chaos, all whatever. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. If you've been worried about what's your next step, how you're going to do it, Spirit is saying, look, stop stressing about the next step and just chill for a second. Like, sit back, relax, get quiet, and listen to yourself. Listen to your inner thoughts. Okay. Spirit has more clarity when you are ready to receive it. Okay. And I would love to be that bridge that helps you, you know, cross into your next level of overflow, to your next level. So if you are needing assistance with this clarity, definitely check out my link, you guys. Check out working with me one-on-one, or getting a personal reading from me. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments, you guys. Let me know what part hit home for you. Share this with someone in the collective who needs this reminder, okay? If you're ready to go deeper into your own personal money blocks and your own unique abundance path, you guys, use the link below to book a one-on-one session with me. Or I also do have some money mindset prompts if you're interested, because yeah, we gotta shift our mindsets around the money. That's what Spirit asked me to convey in this message. Really, Spirit is saying, I'm trying to restore you, but some of y'all are walking around already defeated, not expecting anything good. But then we got to clear up some of this past energy, okay? Clear it out. That's all I'm saying. Get quiet, get clear, and then move forward. That's what I got for you, collective. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, you guys. Love ya.